She changed into a sexy nightgown at home and looked across to the opposite building. However, she ended up seeing her neighbor changing clothes. Just as Lucy was watching with fascination, the young man seemed to notice her too. Though somewhat embarrassed, Lucy hesitated for a moment before looking over again. Little did she know that this action would bring devastating disaster to her family. Initially, Lucy didn't think much of it, believing that Knight was just a misunderstanding. As she was preparing to take her son to school, the garage door suddenly malfunctioned and got stuck halfway up. Despite her efforts, she couldn't manage to lift the door properly. Just then, a pair of strong arms came to her rescue. It was Jack, the young man living next door. Since both their families were present, neither mentioned what happened that night. After a brief examination, Jack quickly identified the problem. However, the repair would require purchasing some parts from town. He was around the same age as Lucy's son, and the two became good friends. With Jack's help, the garage door was soon repaired. Lucy also discovered that Jack was very good to his family and quite filial, which made her think even more highly of him. Whether intentionally or not, Jack would often appear in front of Lucy wearing just a tank top, showing off his physique. It was clear that both had feelings for each other, but with family members around, they could only interact as neighbors. Every Saturday, Lucy's son would spend the day at his father's house, leaving Lucy alone at home. Realizing this opportunity, Jack knew his moment had come. That evening, he used not knowing how to cook as an excuse to naturally lure Lucy into his home, warmly inviting her to stay. Under the influence of alcohol, something very intense and indescribable happened between them. When Lucy woke up the next day, she realized she had made a terrible mistake. Due to their age difference alone, they could never have a future together. Hearing this, Jack flew into a rage and, with nowhere to vent his frustration, punched the doorframe. Even so, Lucy patiently tried to calm Jack down. After all, they both had their own lives, and last night was just an accident. She thought this matter would end there. However, just as her ex-husband returned with their son and Lucy was preparing dinner for the father and son, Jack suddenly showed up at their home as a guest.